those up?
Oh, been doing it all week.
What was? Give me a couple of the most fun props that you came up with. Maybe cross-sport props.
Still working on the cross-sport. We're getting to finish them up tonight, but we got a lot of fun ones going on. One of the ones that's my favorite, this was actually a suggestion, was will the Rams be flagged for roughing Tom Brady?
Ooh.
What's the number?
That's an interesting one. I really want to hear the price on this.
Yeah.
It's going to be a touch over minus 200 on the no. We're working on that. But we'll have a final number out when we release the packet tomorrow.
Yeah, I might take a shot with the dog on that one.
Yeah, I don't want the no.
I think you're going to
helping him set his prices.
I think you're going to get a lot of dog money at that price.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get some dog money, but, the numbers indicate that that's the right side, and you got to follow the numbers.
Yes, you do. Speaking of the numbers, let's get to the meat of this. We'll have some fun talking about more props, but get us up to speed with where the side and total in money line are right now at the Golden Nugget.
Well, we're sitting at minus 2.5, minus 20 on the Pats with a total of 57.
Now, are you? Everyone's anticipating the move to 3, but yet not a whole lot of people are doing it yet. Are you guys anticipating that you're going to go up to 3? And if you go to 3, will it be 3 minus 110, or will it be a 3 minus 120 as your first move off of 2.5 minus 120?
Well, we've discussed it, but we're still waiting to see where we want to go with the game. Most of the money's going to come in the last few days. We're in no hurry to make a move that's not going to be the right move. So we're going to see where the market takes us and see what transpires.
And this is where it gets interesting, because this isn't like a typical game in terms of the market. You're going to get we know there's going to be a ton of tickets written. Even out here on the West Coast, there's still going to be a ton of tickets written on the Patriots. But it's kind of up to you guys to identify whether that's sharp, respected money or just public stuff, because that really is the key as to whether you move to 3 or not. Because we know what's going to happen if you go to 3. You might still get some buys of the Patriots from the crowd coming in, the tourist crowd, but that's where at 3, the sharp guys, the numbers guys, I'm not going to call them the sharp guys, the numbers guys are just going to take that 3.
Yeah, the numbers guys will take the 3, so you want to make sure that you're not giving anything away. But if it needs to go there, it needs to go there. I have a feeling that you're going to see some sharp money show up on the Rams no matter what the number is at some point. So I'm not too worried about making the move, but we're going to see where it takes us.
All right, so with that in mind, is there any chance, even remote, that this goes back to 2?
Yeah, I think that there is a chance that it happens. I think that, the sharp guys are waiting this out, the ones who like Los Angeles, sorry. Yeah, it's 2019. I'm still writing St. Louis Rams on all my checks.
That's acceptable if you go with San Diego Chargers rather than L.A. Chargers. It's an easy mistake. St. Louis Rams, come on. All right?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been 2 or 3 very long years, so. But, yeah, I do know that there is a sharp contingent out there that does like the Rams. So I do think that this line could go in multiple different directions. It's just a question of how strong is the public support for the Patriots.
And what about the total? Are you anticipating, the public tends to bet overs, the wise guys tend to look at games like this in the Patriots Super Bowl history and bet some unders. Are you getting two-way action now, and are you anticipating two-way action? What are you thinking about the total right now?
It's funny. The total, every year it's the same thing. We open it up a little bit high, and then all the sharps come in and bet it early, and they take the under, and then the public comes in and bets it back up. So I anticipate nothing different this year. I do think that we'll see a public wave come in on Wednesday or Thursdays when it's going to start, and you will see that total come back up.
One of my favorite strategies in the Super Bowl when I don't have a side that I like has been to take a shot at the middle. Money line one side, spread the other side, and hope it lands, hope that the favorite wins but doesn't cover. I can't do it this year because the line's too short. Is that going to have any impact on other money line bettors who kind of like that same strategy and will just not get involved?
Well, every year it's the same thing. The public likes to lay the points with the favorite and take the money with the dog. So, as always, if New England can win this game by 1 or 2, we'll have some champagne pop that night.
Yeah.
There will definitely be some bubbles.
So you want, 24-23 would be ideal.
Yeah, 24-23, 34-33. We don't care.
34,
1 or 2. That's all we ask.
34-33, then you're going to have to give away the over money. I mean, 24-23, you win everything.
I think we'll get plenty of under money. How about 35-34? That's a nice score.
There you go.
So
I'm going 31-30.
I mean, if that happened, would that legitimately be as good a Super Bowl as you could ever have? Would you set records?
It would be fantastic. If we can get it inside the number on a low-spread Super Bowl, yeah, you're not going to see anything better than that.
All right, so now...
Well, just one last question
Okay,
on that. Now, are you anticipating the majority of the Rams' money coming in on the money line, or do you think there will be people that do take the points?
You're going to see a lot of people taking the points with the Rams, especially the Sharps. And, the public money is going to come in on the money line, but later in the week, and anything you see at 3, you're going to see plenty of Ram money show up with the points.
Do you have a disparity on the money line right now compared to where it normally would be at 2.5 minus 120?
Nope, we're sitting right where we should be at minus 40.
There you go. All right, so let's get to this is the part I've been waiting for the whole show.
Props.
No, I want to get Aaron Kessler's take on the game.
Oh, yeah.
He's
been pretty good.
We know Aaron's a really good odds maker. He's also a very sharp analyst. So tell me how you see this game coming down.
If you look at recent form, New England's defense has been really spot on lately. They've been playing much better football. I know that the sharp guys like the Rams, and I know that the narrative all year was that the Rams are the super team. I don't think the Rams are that good. I think their defense has a lot of weaknesses, and you're getting Bill Belichick in the playoffs. I like the Patriots by, 6 points?
1 or 2.
Yeah, can you make it by 1? No, actually, I got that Rams future sitting out there, so I have a rooting interest in this game.
I'll bet you do.
I'm going to have to hedge.
Well, don't just hedge on my say-so, Dave.
No. I think it's the smart. I think it's the smart thing to do. Look, and I think the Rams can win the game, but I'm not comfortable letting it all sit out there against Belichick and Brady. Look, it's just me. They lost last year's Super Bowl. They don't lose 2 in a row. They were really good last week. I know they caught a huge break when the guy lines up in the neutral zone. Otherwise, that game's over and Kansas City wins. But fact is, they took advantage of the mistake, went out and won the football game. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. I really don't. If I had a good opinion, I'd probably just let the thing sit out there and go from there. But I just don't have a good opinion on there. I think you can make a great case for either side. So to me, I'm going to have to hedge some of this Rams future bet.
Yeah, I think that if you've got a nice ticket, you may as well hedge off it, lock in a profit, take yourself on a nice trip.
Listen, mine is 16-1 because I got it fairly early.
Yeah, you got it last summer, didn't you?
July or whatever it was. It was before the preseason started. So, at 16, I'm in a pretty good spot. I'm going to make sure I get at least 4 units.
That sounds solid. It's funny you bring up the angle of Patriots lost last year. You're not going to beat them twice in a row. It just always reminds me of after Robin Soderling beat Federer at the French Open. Went to the press conference and said, "What was your secret?" He said, "No one beats Robin Soderling 13 times in a row."
That's a good line.
It certainly is. Let's talk about some of the props that you expect to draw a ton of action over at the Nugget. Obviously, the quarterbacks, the MVP, those type of things. What type of numbers are you hanging, or have you hung?
Well, we've got numbers on lots of them. You're going to be a little more specific. One of the most popular ones, we've got heads and tails, both minus 105 here, so it's equal there. No public money moving at the moment.
The quarterback's passing yards. What are your numbers?
Well, haven't released yet, but the numbers I've got here written down, looking at 284.5 for Brady and 291.5 for Goff. I think that if the Rams are behind, you will see higher numbers from Goff.
I want to throw this one out there because it's one I kind of like. Higher scoring half. Now, we know the second half plus overtime will be favored. How big?
We've got the second half by just a hook on this one.
Really?
Yeah, I know that lately the Patriots have been getting all their scoring in the second half, but if you look at the whole year trends, it's been both teams have been first half teams. So we're trying to stay a little bit below market on this one.
Yeah, I like the second half because I think we could see some similarities to last week in that in both games we saw the teams, especially the Rams, the Chiefs-Patriots game, both teams kind of feeling themselves out and looking to put together time-consuming drives. Then the second half, it's like, okay, here we go. So I kind of think that could happen again.
Well, in both Patriots playoff games, they've received the opening kickoff and marched down the field into the end zone with their first drive.
But long drives.
Exactly. Well, the New England's not necessarily the big play team. Not necessarily. They're not a big play team. The question is whether the Rams are going to be a big play team this next weekend.
Well, they're certainly going to try because that's been the one way to beat the Patriots. But, if if you like the second half, come down and see us tomorrow around lunchtime. We'll have the prop packet out for you.
There you go. Is making a number on Todd Gurley the toughest prop this year? Anything involving Todd Gurley? Because look, he got the ball 3 times in the last game, but you can't hang a number that's too low on Gurley because if he's healthy, and you got to think they're going to go to him more than they did in the last game. I don't know what to do with that. So what do you do as an odds maker on that?
It's very tricky. You got to try and predict the usage patterns. But yeah, we've shaded Gurley down a little bit, but we're not going to be completely off on him. He's going to get some touches. This is the Super Bowl. You dance with the girl that brought you. And Todd Gurley's been such a great back for this team all year. I don't see him getting 4 carries again.
You should have said.
I don't know how many carries he's going to get, but I'd take over 4 for the limit.
So you're going. You're dancing with the Gurley that got you there. Yeah.
That's why you're the hardest working man in the business, Dave.
No, I'm actually a really lazy bastard, but that's another story entirely. All right. Now, what's going on this weekend? And let people know about the importance, maybe now more than ever, of having that mobile app installed because it's over 400 props is a lot.
Yeah, we've got 400 props, and you can pick up the sheet, but if you want the updated numbers, the app's the way to go. You'll be able to see all of them. We will have them live on the app a couple hours after we release them on the paper and in the book. So if you do want the first numbers, you do have to come down tomorrow. We're going to release them early in the afternoon. But the app is the best way to go for shopping around town, and we're going to have some numbers you're not going to find anywhere else. We're going to have some props you're not going to find anywhere else.
And what about some entertainment? We're not going to find anything else. What do you have going on Super Bowl weekend down at the Golden Nugget, and what do you have going this weekend in lieu of the Super Bowl?
Well, this weekend we've got Gary Puckett in the Union Gap, and next weekend we'll have the Grassroots, both on Fridays as part of our 52 Fridays series.
There you go, 60s bands. I like that. Good stuff. Aaron, it's always a pleasure, buddy.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. Have a good one.
And make sure and check out what's happening at the Nugget. You can follow Aaron on Twitter at Aaron Kessler. Interestingly enough, that's his name.
You can remember that.
Yes, I can. That's one I can remember. There's no underscores or anything involved like that, and I'm good with that one. All right, we'll take a break. Kelly Stewart on the other side, plus our Joe's Angle of the Day. And Kelly got some good information, I'm sure, as to what's happening behind the counter at the Superbook and other locations as well.
The Las Vegas Sportsline.
Hey, Las Vegas, the first ever DLC loan sale is happening right now. For the first time in over 20 years, we're putting our loans on sale. Right now until 6 p.m. on January 31st, all new customers will receive 25% off our already low rates for the duration of your loan. You can get up to $5,000 cash in less than 30 minutes. No application fee, no origination fee, no prepayment penalty, and you don't even need a checking account. We have 30 area locations or apply online at don'tbebroke.com. New customers will receive 25% off our normal rates. And don't worry, current customers, we have your back too, with a 10% discount. The loan sale ends 6 p.m. January 31st. Apply for free at don'tbebroke.com.
Licensed by the Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Payment amounts based on biweekly pay frequency with annual percentage rate of 199.99%. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
If you have more credit card debt than you can handle, you probably have questions.
Do I have to pay it all off?
How does debt settlement work?
How long will it take?
Can I avoid bankruptcy?
At Credit Associates, we'll give you real answers. Answers the credit card companies don't want you to know. For free, call 1-800-300-7509. For instance, if you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, there may be a way to get debt-free without paying it all off or going bankrupt. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but great news for you. At Credit Associates, settling debt for a lot less than you owe is our specialty. So the real question is,
how much of my debt can be forgiven?
Call now to find out. 1-800-300-7509. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk to call. For free information on how to get debt-free faster than you thought possible, call now. 1-800-300-7509. 1-800-300-7509.
Friendly Ford is off and running in 2019. Friendly says yes to you in sales, service, parts, and body shop.
Yes!
Yes to up to $13,000 off MSRP on new 2018 F-150s. Yes to 0% financing for up to 72 months on 2018 Mustang and Fusion. When others say no, Friendly Ford says
yes!
Exit Decatur North from US 95. OAC must finance through Ford Credit. Dealer number B372 expires 1/31/19.
This is your day. Your day to do what you love. Your day to be with the people who mean the most to you. Your day to work, to play, to make those big moments happen. And to enjoy the little moments, too.